Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. I have new lighting. It is blinding me, but as long as it's better quality for you guys, I'm fine with that. Um, and some of you had mentioned that the sound is muffled. I do film on my phone, so I am going to send my phone to the Mac store and try to get that fixed this week. So hopefully the sound will be a lot better next week. Let's hope. Um, but anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I okay. So I didn't even know if I was going to do this video. I didn't even know if I was going to do Pan That Palette. In January, to be honest with you, I just needed a break. So I wasn't even sure if I wanted to do this. I just wasn't ready to do Pan That Palette. I was just I guess burnt out from panning shadows. I don't know why, but I was, and I just didn't feel like doing it. So I didn't, and I didn't even know if I was going to do it for the year. And I kept going back and forth if I even wanted to do this. And I wanted to thank you all for taking the time to give me suggestions as to what to do for the year. And I kept going back and forth about it. So I am going to do it this year finally. I just needed a break in January. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do pan a palette. I'm going to pan a palette, and then I'm going to add a couple of palettes along with it. Originally I wanted to do maybe a 1 month one palette like everyone else is doing, but to be honest with you, I have so many palettes that I would neglect half my collection, so that's not really going to work for me. So what I am going to do is kind of add whatever I want. If I want to do 2 palettes for this month, I'm going to add 2 palettes. If I want to add 4 palettes next month, I'm going to add 4 palettes. If I want to add 5, I'm going to add 5 for the next month. So it's just going to be really relaxed this year. I don't want to pressure myself to do, to have the whole palette finished, and to have, to pan a shadow in a palette. I just want to enjoy what I have. That is my goal for this year, for this Pan That Palette. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be panning for the year. I had mentioned this in one of my videos, but I wanted to pan my MAC Rebecca Moses palette. This was a limited edition palette. I don't even know when. I think it was like 2 years ago. I can't remember. So it is a limited edition palette, and the reason why I wanted to pan this palette is, first of all, it is a small palette. I mean, these are the shades right here. And then I wanted to pan it because these 2 colors right here are lip colors, and they're starting to smell. So I really do not like these lipstick shades at all. This color is in Myth, and this color is in Ravishing. They did have like a little protective case here, but it was falling off, and I don't like the fact that they included these colors with the shadows. I don't like that. So I'm going to end up actually depotting this whole thing, because I want to get rid of this and just throw them out, because they just don't blend very well with my skin tone. So when I depot this, these 2 are trash. Okay, so let's go over the colors. So this right here is actually a blush, and it's in Melba, and this is a beautiful blush. I love it. So this one is All That Glitters, and I have already hit pan on this shade. I normally use this shade in my lid or in my inner corner. This color is in Orb, and I poked a hole in it to see how much I had in there. So that's the little hole. And I usually use this one all over the lid to just kind of prime it. And then this color right here is in Showstopper, and I use this in my brows. And then this shade right here I haven't even touched, and it's in Smoke Sepia. So I haven't even touched this color, so I need to start working on this one. But I'm going to try to see if I can actually depot this whole thing and start working on this palette for the year, and we'll see how far along I can get. Obviously, I'd like to expand the pan on both of these shades, and maybe try to hit pan on this one. You know, so I'm going to try to do that for maybe the next update, and we'll see how we go from there. And I will definitely start using this blush, and I'll see how far along I can get with this one. So this is the palette that I'm going to be using for 2017. And then I'm going to use 2 more palettes for this month. I have already been playing with these 2 palettes in January, but I want to continue to use them. And the first palette, which a lot of people are panning right now, and that is this Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Who doesn't know about this palette? So I've been really enjoying using this palette. So I'm going to continue to use this palette. I'm already trying to hit pan on this shade Creme Brulee for one of my projects, my Sweet on Panning project pan. And then I've just been playing around with the colors. I've just been really inspired by Amber F and Lorraine, who are panning this palette. I think Kelly Michelle as well is panning this palette. And I'm just, you know, trying to see what looks I can come up with this one. So this is a palette that I will be working on for the month. And the other palette that I've been really wanting to use, because I believe this is one of my oldest palettes in my collection, and that is my Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. And this one is probably one that you've definitely heard about. And this is the palette here. And I have really been enjoying this shade right here, which is Half Baked. Been playing with that color a lot, but I want to continue to use these colors because I really haven't played with this palette a lot. I kind of neglect it, and I want to, you know, play around with it. And who knows, maybe I'll hit pan on a shade, and maybe I'll hit pan on the shade in this palette as well. But like I said, I want this year to be fun for me. I don't want to pressure myself to have, of course, I want to have progress in my palettes, but I don't want to have this pressure of, I gotta hit pan, because everyone else is hitting pan or finishing up shadows. I just want this to be a fun challenge for me this year. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys are doing. Any suggestions you guys have for me, leave them down below, what you guys think. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.